GPU. Okay, this is a processor. Okay, we have CPU, which is central processor unit. GPU is another processor unit. I've forgotten what the G stands for. Provider, yes, I can forget because I'm not into tech. I'm not into tech like that. You can also go and check out what GPU. Provider for enhancing computer gaming performance. Akif decided to invest in NVIDIA because he saw the company's dominant position in the GPU market. So NVIDIA were dominant and they were the #1 player in the GPU market. You see, he had foresight and its robust financial condition. However, at that time, he did not foresee NVIDIA becoming a 100-fold stock. But like a smart investor who he is, he looked at the business. He didn't really look at the stock price. He looked at the business, how well they're performing, their product, how it's been #1 in the market. Also looked at their financial condition, even though there was no evidence that, you know what, one day NVIDIA will hit that 3 trillion market value. There was nothing inside, but there was just this evidence that propelled him to be like, you know what, let me buy some shares. 3.1. You know how much an NVIDIA stock recently was before they split the stock? Before they did that 1 to 10, 10 to 1 stock split, in one NVIDIA stock was going for 1,200 or even 1,500. One stock. This man bought the stock when it was going for $3 in 2013. So if this man bought 10,000 shares at $3, that $3.1, that would have meant that he spent $31,000 on 10,000 shares. So if he had suppose he had 10,000 shares, and each one of those shares, now he had those 10,000, didn't sell them, just kept them until the price of those shares were valued at 1,500 a share. How much money would it have had? You don't play with investing, guys. During the 11 years of holding NVIDIA, O'Keefe experienced many fluctuations. Okay, this happens. For example, NVIDIA's stock price fell by 67% in less than a year. However, O'Keefe successfully overcame these challenges and increased its position at critical moments thanks to its continuous deepening understanding of the company and keen insight into the market. For example, in May of 2015, he saw in NVIDIA's annual report that the company not only discussed its computer gaming chips, but also involved fields such as autonomous driving and deep learning. He realized that we have a very special investment, so he continued to increase his position at a price of about $5 per share. So he bought more shares. And that time, the shares were like $5 per share. So key turning points for O'Keefe, the conference call on May 12, 2016 was an important turning point. NVIDIA has announced strong financial performance and highlighted its enormous potential in the fields of deep learning and artificial intelligence. A few weeks later, O'Keefe foresaw the huge prospects of NVIDIA and decided to continue holding and observing its development. So you can tell that O'Keefe is disciplined. He's not a newbie. He's not a trader. He's an investor. He's a company owner. He is somebody who understands breaking down or reading financial reports. Okay, he's not just like, oh, I'll go on Yahoo and monitor the stock, or Yahoo Finance and monitor the stock, or CNBC and see there. And no. Because he's an investor, he needs to know what's really going on. So he spends most of his time knowing about the company that he invested in. That is what investors do. They read all these things. They're different from traders who just want to make a quick buck. Okay, so there you go. Inevitable, but he did face fluctuations. Okay, inevitable fluctuations and resurgence. In October 2018, due to fluctuations in the cryptocurrency market, NVIDIA's stock price fell again by over 57% in just 2 months. However, O'Keefe sees it as a great opportunity to build a position and continues to hold on subsequently. NVIDIA's price rebounded rapidly in the next 3 years with an increase of nearly 10 times. In March 2019, NVIDIA announced its acquisition of Mellanox, further consolidating its market position. A mature investor, Mr. O'Keefe. Okay, so on November 30, 2022, the release of ChatGPT, it was released, you know, the AI. Right now, we use ChatGPT for everything, right? You don't know something, you just go and ask ChatGPT, and it gives you something to do. I wish ChatGPT was around when I was writing my graduation paper. It would have made it more easier for me, okay? Because the kids nowadays, they use ChatGPT to just assignments and, you know, graduation paper, dissertation, and all that stuff. It's made it a lot more easier. That's why you see these AI companies and whatever products they bring about, they bring forth, they are very, very common because everybody is using AI. It's very useful. So on November 30, 2022, the release of ChatGPT pushed the enthusiasm for artificial intelligence to a new high, driving NVIDIA stock price up continuously. Technology giants such as Microsoft, Google, and Apple have all stepped down, further boosting NVIDIA's market value by June 2023. June 2023, right? Last week, that's when they hit the threshold. June 2023, last year, I mean. NVIDIA will become the second largest company in the world by market value with a total market value of 3.01 trillion. They're already over 3 trillion. Other two companies that have a market cap of 3 trillion are only Apple and Microsoft. So now it's three: NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft. These are the only three companies in US stock market history that have hit the $3 trillion market valuation. So that is good for NVIDIA. So let's find out more about O'Keefe. So 5 investment story reflections. O'Keefe summarized his successful investment experience in a letter to holders in August last year, emphasizing the following points. So this is just O'Keefe giving us some pointers if you're an investor, what to expect or what to do, or what he's experienced and how he went through some of these things. Number 1, continuous learning and self-correction, continuously repositioning and recognizing the company's value during the holding process. So he was somebody who understood the value of his product. He understood where the company was going. In as much as the company, sometimes the stock price fell or it crashed by a crazy percentage, but he was always looking at the underlying environment, the underlying foundation, helping him overcome short-term fluctuations and persist in holding, okay? Long-term perspective, viewing investment as assets held for a long term rather than short-term investment. I believe number 2 speaks to him because he's also an owner of a business. So he has this understanding. He's not in there for the bucks or for the short term. He's in it for the long term. Focus on the core of the enterprise. Plus, remember, guys, he bought these stocks for $3. Focus on the core of the enterprise, seize the key factors of the enterprise, and ignore short-term data and market fluctuations. Okay. Concentrated investment allows investment portfolios to become imbalanced over time, capturing the huge returns brought by market winners. All these things, I think we spoke about these things in our, I have so many videos on YouTube where we were talking about these things. Like point number 2, and point number 3, and point number 4. We spoke about all these things in our previous live broadcast and even our previous videos that are on this channel. You can go check them out, guys, where we're just talking about the mind of an investor. Okay, you can go check that out. By investing in NVIDIA, O'Keefe demonstrated how to achieve huge returns through continuous learning and adjustment in an uncertain market. His story is not only a legend about wealth, but also an inspiration for wisdom